Taylor Swift's lifestyle is often painted as a whirlwind of glamour, wealth, and fame, but the truth is far more intriguing. Yes, she's one of the most successful artists on the planet, with sold-out tours, a billion-dollar net worth, and fans who treat her words like gospel. But beneath the flashing cameras and the headlines, her life is defined by choices that reveal discipline, resilience, and an uncanny ability to stay grounded in a world that constantly pulls people apart. And now, with her engagement to NFL superstar Travis Kelce making headlines, her lifestyle is entering a new chapter. One that blends her relentless career with a personal life that fans never stop speculating about. What separates Taylor from most celebrities is the way she manages her energy. She's not the type to chase every spotlight. She decides when to appear and when to vanish. During her record-breaking Eras tour, she was performing for hours at a time, night after night, and still managing to make each show feel fresh. Yet when the tour ended, she stepped back, retreating into private spaces where she could breathe, write, and simply exist without an audience. These calculated disappearances aren't about hiding, they're about survival. It's how she balances one of the most demanding careers in entertainment without losing herself to the constant noise. This balance extends to her finances too. Taylor's lifestyle is not just about spending, but about smart, long-term planning. She has built an empire of properties across the United States, from her Nashville homes that keep her connected to her roots, to her Rhode Island mansion where she's hosted countless friends and collaborators. These homes are not just luxury purchases, but safe havens, carefully chosen places where she can retreat, regroup, and build memories away from public eyes. Her real estate portfolio, worth well over $80 million, reflects not indulgence, but foresight. Taylor's control over her career has been just as deliberate. When she fought for ownership of her masters and re-recorded her early albums, she wasn't just making a business move, she was rewriting the rules for artists everywhere. It's part of her lifestyle, refusing to let others dictate her path, even if it means taking the long, harder road. That spirit of independence filters into every decision she makes, from the contracts she signs to the music videos she directs. For Taylor, freedom is not negotiable. Her generosity is another defining part of her day-to-day life. Beyond the glitz of award shows and red carpets, she's been quietly donating to food banks, covering medical expenses for fans, and funding education programs. During the Eras tour, she gifted massive bonuses to the truck drivers and crew members who made the shows possible, a move that stunned the industry and earned her even more respect. To Taylor, success isn't just about personal gain, it's about uplifting everyone who contributes to the journey. Of course, her lifestyle also includes moments of joy and playfulness. She's a cat lover, a homebody when she can be, and someone who genuinely enjoys the simple things: baking with friends, watching movies, decorating for the holidays. These details may seem small compared to her billion-dollar career, but they're the threads that keep her grounded. Fans often say that part of her magic is how relatable she remains, even when living a life few could imagine. And then there's her engagement, which has added an entirely new layer to how she lives. While her romance with Travis Kelce has sparked endless headlines, Taylor has kept the details of their engagement remarkably private, choosing intimacy over spectacle. For someone whose personal life has often been dissected by the media, this choice reflects her maturity and her growing ability to control her own narrative. Rather than letting it consume her image, she's folded it neatly into her broader lifestyle, one of balance, intention, and forward vision. Taylor Swift's lifestyle is often defined by her sheer power as a cultural icon, but the truth is far more layered. She isn't just a performer or a celebrity, she's an architect of her own life, one who carefully balances art, business, and now, the prospect of a shared future with her fiancé, Travis Kelce. Her engagement marks a personal milestone, yes, but it's only one piece of a much bigger puzzle that continues to evolve with every passing year. Much of Taylor's daily life revolves around the same thing that has carried her since she was a teenager. She is relentless in her discipline, often treating her career like a full-scale enterprise. When she's not on stage, she's reviewing tour concepts, brainstorming future album rollouts, or overseeing her business ventures. The dedication is astonishing, but it's also strategic. Taylor understands that the empire she's built won't sustain itself, and her lifestyle reflects that, a constant mix of creativity, management, and innovation. innovation. Few stars are as hands-on as she is when it comes to every detail, from stage design to merch. This intensity doesn't mean she neglects balance. In fact, what makes her life fascinating is the way she deliberately creates moments of stillness. After marathon tours, she often retreats from the public eye entirely. Those disappearances aren't laziness, they're carefully timed resets. During those quiet weeks, Tylor devotes herself to writing, reading, and surrounding herself with people who keep her grounded. That circle has grown smaller over the years, not because she's withdrawn, but because she's learned how rare true trust can be at her level of fame. The philanthropic side of her lifestyle is equally intentional. In 2023, she gave millions in bonuses to her tour crew, making headlines for recognizing the people who keep her massive shows running. But the publicized gestures are only part of the story. She often donates anonymously to food banks in the cities she visits and funds programs that promote education and women's rights. Her engagement has even inspired her to extend this generosity in new ways, collaborating with Kelce on charitable initiatives in Kansas City. It's a small but meaningful detail that shows how her personal and professional lives are beginning to overlap. Ownership is another cornerstone of her lifestyle. The decision to re-record her early albums wasn't just about reclaiming her masters, it was about teaching an entire generation of artists to value themselves. That determination filters into how she lives every day. She invests heavily in real estate not just for comfort, but for stability and legacy. Whether it's her Rhode Island mansion that serves as a hub for friends and collaborators, or her Nashville properties that keep her rooted to her beginnings, Tylor treats her spaces as part of her identity. They aren't trophies, they're anchors. Her engagement to Travis Kelce hasn't altered this approach so much as added new layers of complexity. While she's still the driving force behind her career, she now balances her time with someone whose schedule is just as demanding. Between his NFL commitments and her music empire, they navigate long-distance stretches and overlapping travel. Yet what surprises many fans is how simple their private life can be. Reports suggest that their happiest moments are quiet ones: shared meals, game nights, and time away from the spotlight. The engagement, while a major milestone, fits neatly into Tylor's broader philosophy: to build a life defined by authenticity rather than performance. Creatively, her life is as full as ever. Tylor is constantly crafting her next era, ensuring that every phase of her career feels distinct yet connected. Even when she steps back publicly, she's often in the studio, writing songs that reflect her evolving perspective. The engagement may influence that art in subtle ways, a new focus on stability, commitment, and shared dreams. But her songwriting has always been more than just a diary. It's storytelling for the world, shaped by both personal experience and universal emotions. What also sets her apart is her approach to longevity. Many artists at her level burn out after a decade in the spotlight, but Tylor has reinvented herself time and again without losing momentum. That's because she doesn't treat her career as a sprint. She treats it as a lifelong journey. The engagement underscores this long view, suggesting that she's building not just for today, but for decades ahead, in music, in business, and in her personal life. Of course, this balance comes with challenges. Fame at Tylor's level is unrelenting, and she's spoken candidly about the toll it can take. Yet even in those moments of vulnerability, she finds strength in her audience. The way she communicates with fans, through secret messages, surprise appearances, or heartfelt online posts, shows that her lifestyle isn't about existing above her supporters, but alongside them. This bond is rare in entertainment, and it's part of what makes her engagement resonate so strongly. Fans don't just see her as a superstar, they see her as someone they've grown up with, someone whose milestones feel personal to them too. At the core of it all, Tylor Swift's lifestyle is a study in intentionality. Every decision, from her properties to her philanthropy, her tours to her private life, is shaped by a vision larger than herself. The engagement is an exciting chapter, but it's only one of many in a life that continues to surprise, inspire, and defy expectations. For Tylor, it's never been about fitting into the mold of celebrity. It's about breaking it and rewriting it in her own voice. And that's the fascinating truth about Tylor Swift's life. It isn't just what we see on stage, but how she chooses to live off of it. If you enjoyed this closer look, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss the next story. And let me know in the comments, which part of Tylor's lifestyle do you find most inspiring?